Excuse me, pardon me, miss. Quick question. Do you believe that it's possible for people to manifest their ideas into reality? Interesting question, huh? But do you believe it's so? And there may be a mixed answer. And I believe it's possible to take an idea. So let's say we want to draw something, let's say a 50-cent coin. Okay, let's follow me here, 50-cent coin. Okay, and I do a little circle so I can make it an official little coin, as you can see right there. Now, here's what I want to do. I want to make this a little more interesting, if I may. Actually, put this over here. And currently you can see the 50-cent diagram. And I want to just show you something a little bit amazing. Get this little guy. A little squeeze, okay. And I give it a little toss and a little magical wave. Believe it or not, you can actually get it to turn into a real 50-cent piece. Isn't that amazing? That's pretty cool to me. And actually, we can actually put this away. And it actually likes being out, so it actually can peer right off my shoulder. I can actually get it, toss on up, tosses up to the other shoulder as well. I can actually hand it out, but when I do, it just goes. Wild. And in fact, if you just want to get it to come back, you just give it a little wave, it comes back. That's just amazing. So even if I put it away, again, it will still come back. If I get it to vanish, toss on up, again, it'll just appear over here. And the same way, if I get it, I can actually just change it sometimes. Back into a little yellow ball. But in this case, I think there's a special message in it for you. Check it out, check it out. Go right ahead. And they do, and they can open it on up, in this case. And it would say, hey, I think you're really pretty. Coffee, and it has my name and phone number. And you can actually see it right there. Hopefully, even with all the folds and the lighting, hopefully you can see that. That's cool. Or maybe you could have their spot for their phone number on it. And that's just a little idea I had come up with. Hope you enjoyed it. Oh, so down the rabbit hole we go. Hope you enjoyed that one. This is one of my many kind of romantic-ish socializing ideas where you can incorporate magic but in a more romantic sense. And you're like, whoa, where did this come from? I warned you guys, and I think it's just amazing that we can actually have routines like this that can create that kind of bond or stimulate that kind of idea. First, and I should give credit to Jay Sankey, who did the Firestarters DVD, and it gave an inspiration for this type of material I'm just going to go into right now. So for this, we're going to need a little message on this. I have a little post-it note I already pre-wrote on and folded, and what I wrote is, hey, in capital, hey, not in capital, but hey, and then exclamation mark, I meant. So, hey, exclamation mark. I think you're really pretty, exclamation mark. And then I put coffee, question mark, or you put coffee sometimes. So, hey, exclamation mark, I think you're really pretty, exclamation mark, coffee, question mark, or coffee sometime, question mark. And I put my name, Dan, and then there's a little line below it. I'm not sure if it shows up in camera. I'm only going to be able to check it out in post. But there could be a line below where either you can get their phone number or you give theirs, whichever, and they get to see at the end, which is a cool revelation. So we're going to need that, and that begins folded up right here, and it'll just have it for here. We're also going to need a $50, which easily procurable. You could use any coin you want, but just for the sake of argument, I like to use $50. So we got that. Excuse the airway interference. It's the summertime. We also will need a pen, and I just like to have these friction pens because they're amazing. You can erase it if you make an error and then correct it without having to waste any post-it notes. So friction pens are cool. And then finally, notepad. Okay, what's so nice about this routine is it basically resets itself, and you can just throw out all the extra little balls that you did diagrams on later, which is nice. But it just basically, you can get back in the position really easily, and you can just do it over and over again and get phone numbers or whatever you want. You just have to rewrite maybe the message, or have a couple rewritten, a couple balls in here that you hand out maybe. But it's just a really cool interaction piece that I think has a lot of commercial and just a lot of regular practical uses that I think could be useful for everyone. So to begin the starting position, now that we have all the props laid out, we start with the ball. And the ball that has a pre-written message will go in the front pocket right here. It could also be in, if you have like a Guayavera, which has 4 pockets around here, you can put it in here. It's even easier to grab. But for explanation purposes, I'll have it regularly in my pocket. And if you want easily retrievable, you don't want to have to go through your wallet and everything else to do it. So if you need to compartmentalize and organize your pockets, do that so you can easily get it when you need it be. You don't want to be stuck in there for a couple seconds while you're doing the magic, because it's very, very important. So we have that in the front pocket. I have it in my recessive pocket because I have my dominant hand, recessive hand, so it goes in that front pocket or back pocket, whatever's even easy to access for you. Okay, then we have the notepad, and then the pen, and then the $50. $50 starts off finger palmed, which is covered up by the pen, and it's kind of cool that you can actually keep it hidden and then also do a 2-in-1 where it seems like all you have is the pen and notepad, and you're just asking questions. You can hold it all in one like this, start like this, and you're all set. Cool. And then you just go around, and then you just at a social event where people want to be social, you go, "Pardon me, miss, quick question," or "Pardon me, sir, quick question." However you go about social dynamics. And then you can go right into the routine. So we begin by saying, you know, before we even do any of the magic, we ask them, do you believe it's possible to take something imaginary and bring it into reality? Or do you believe it's possible to manifest an idea into reality? However you choose to pose it, whatever plays for you. Cool. And we ask the question, and then they start contemplating. And we haven't done any magic yet. We just want to set the framework and the tone for what is to come, because this is the crucial part. Why any of this makes sense, okay? This is matters. So then they answer. And then you're trying to provide an example of a concept, because it seems so abstract to people. Like, for example, so then they answer, and you go, like, for example, we're trying to create a logical foundation. If I was to, really quick, and you can just write 50 and then cents, and then you can draw a little circle around it. So it doesn't even have to be perfect. Mine looks terrible. I don't know how it's going to look. Hopefully you can see it. It just looks terrible, but I just say, what if we can take a concept like a 50-cent coin? And I wrote 50 cents and with a circle on it. Cool. And I show it to people. Cool. And we can start here. And then I put the pen away. Or I say, what if we can do something interesting? And then I put the pen away in the back pocket, front pocket, because I have a Guayavera or shirt pocket right here. I put it right here. This is all about pocket management, so it makes the whole thing easier for you. I then take off the note, and from here you have a couple spots with this notepad for pocket management. You could set it in the because I have Guayavera, I could set it in the upper pocket, and we are good. Okay, we also have the armpits. If you can work with a confined space, you can use armpits and keep it here for the rest of performance. That's a possibility. We can also set it in the back pocket, so just know that you have options, so we can leave a more pure dynamic because we want to focus on this image. So let's say I put it in my back pocket and there is spacing, okay? And I show my hand empty, so we create a sense of fairness. Like, I just want to show you something. And then I start crumpling with my first finger, second finger, and thumb, keeping the coin in my finger palm hidden. And I just start crumpling the note, showing my hand empty, so it seems like all I'm doing, all I have, is the note and the 50 cent, and yet we're going to do something amazing. So from here, we have the ball, and then we've already shown the hand empty. We then do, with the ball in first finger, second finger, being held in first finger, second finger, thumb, we then transfer to the first finger where it curls in to do a thumb palm. So basically, we show it here, we put the ball into thumb palm right here as we release the coin that's been in finger palm into the other hand, okay? We then can point if we want without seeming too obvious. We can Say, okay, and I want to show you something really amazing if you want, a little subtlety. Or the more casual, just a little wave, relax. So wave, relax. And then you can show the coin. And you can let it slide off a little bit, show it's real, maybe flip it over, and they're reacting. There's like, wait, what? You just turned a note into a coin? Wait, is that real? What? That's wild. And then we're cool. You're like, but Danny, I'm dirty right here. We made a magical moment, but I'm dirty. How do we clean this up? Very simply. So from here, they see it. I turned a note into a coin. Cool. From here, let them react. Then I come over and do a fake take. So pretend to take it. First finger, second finger, third finger, coming over. So what we're doing is we're coming on over and we're just taking the coin and giving the cover for it while making sure the ball is hidden and that the coin is hidden. Okay, we're going to curl, and normally I would be standing so I have a lot more space to be able to drop casually. So as I come over, drop as I come forward and put all the tension into here. And I'm thinking normally as a fake take if I was a spectator and that was nothing. But I carry this in this motion to the back pocket. So let me go back to position check. Okay, we've got the ball, finger palm, got the ball, clipped it, thumb palm, tossed it, give a toss, little wave. Okay, we got this. We do a fake take, come up, back pocket, and so that fake take, hand turns sideways, relaxes. We got all tension here, like we're taking something, and we have nothing except the paper ball. And what we're doing in this instance is we're going to the back pocket and ditching the paper ball so we can end clean, while being able to act like we're taking the coin, putting in the back pocket, and then showing it came back in something. Maybe off my shoulder, maybe off a spectator's elbow if you want, if it's the right situation, maybe off the table, whichever works for you. Maybe I'm giving just away a couple ideas. Maybe if you want to, you can actually do like a snow shot and have that going on for humor. That's just another idea I throw out there. So again, one last time. We've had the coin, ball, okay, clip, put into thumb palm, toss it to the other hand. We maintain the ball here, okay. We've done a little wave, open up, show the coin, they're reacting. Pretend to take it, put it to the back pocket, okay. And you were ditching the ball as we produce the coin off our shoulder if we want, and show it's happening. And we can show a clean hands, you can transfer it there, and then maybe do one or two coin moves depending on what you wanted. Now in the video I believe I showed a finger palm transfer, false transfer, tossing on up, showing it came to the other shoulder, okay. And I believe I did a double take vanish, which looks like this. First finger, second finger. Actually taking the classic palm. So, boo, boom, which is over there. And then show right here, it's gone. So it's like a double feint, which is really nice. So again, credit to Marlo and credit to everyone else. This is beautiful. This is just my take. So I show it again, boom, come over, pretend like I'm tossing it, boosh. They check over here, it's gone. You chill out and they're reacting, which is wonderful. At this point you can do a Lamask or like a palm to palm transfer and then showing the coin come back. So in one essence you can show the hand empty, close on up, and then load the coin in the hole from classic palm, in the hole, and then show. In another sense you can do a hand washing sequence of the coin. This was a J. Noble Zada thing he showed in the beginning. There were coins. You can show your hand empty, like you're hand washing, and then show it came back. Okay, beautiful thing. Definitely check out that DVD. In the beginning, there were coins. Was amazing. Okay, so where was I? So I did the toss. Okay, and then we did the double take vanish. Boom. These are just some ideas. You could throw in whichever ones you want, and after you've reproduced in whatever manner you wanted to. Okay, we're in this position, and then we're going to do the basic ending where we get it turned into message. So I do a finger palm, go to my pocket. Oh, it was in this case, it was over here. So redo, have it go to my front pocket. I'm so used to my Guayabella. It's pretty hilarious. I got the message. I produced the coin again. Now, you can actually go right into the change where it could be just a finger palm and then do that and display it. Okay. I like to delay it a little bit, and this is a little concept I want to throw in there for fun as a one-off because I just think it's really cool and important. So the idea was that, and I'll actually go back a bit, I'll actually have this in my web edit just to make it easier for context. Because I just naturally go to this pocket, it's crazy. Anyways, so I produce the coin, show it, okay. I take it to the pocket, produce it again, okay. And then I take the coin, toss on up, comes over here, and then I can actually change it into that message. Boom. Now, in this case, what was really cool is, so I've already got to the point where I've got it, I've already retrieved the message, okay? Produce it. Here's where it gets interesting. Instead of taking it again, or just directly transforming it, I delay it, like it's another thing and there's nothing there, even though all I do is, let's say from this position, it's in finger palm. Okay, after we picked it out, it's in finger palm of the recessive hand. Okay, I just pretend like when I'm doing the palm, a fake false transfer, and where it's the ball, I toss it up, and it gives an illusion like there really was nothing there because I produced over here. And it seems like I'm only playing it one thing at one time, which is so nice. It gives that fairness before I do the final transformation, which could be finger palm, boom, and then they see that and you're like, wait, where did this come from? And then you say special message, and then they check it out, which is really cool. Or if you want to, you can do it in a very visual retention style vanish that I think I saw from an Asian fellow. I'm not sure who it was from. I think it was Wu or something. It was on Illusionist, and it just was such a cool idea. So I'm playing around from that idea. So I do it, okay, goes into the hand, and I'm just opening up the hand, and you can show it transforms, which is so cool. Boom. So this is just an idea I play with in my free time. So boom, and it plays well. Boom. Just like it visually transforms right there. And then they can open up the message. Ooh, yay! It's a new message? No way! It's the same thing. And then they see it, it's like, whoa! And then if you, I have to suggest it from, because a top tier man, I'm learning from people like Keith and how to better myself. So I'm on that journey. So you want to work on yourself so you can appear attractive to the female. I don't want to go much further than that. I know there's all the red pill, black pill, and all that content for you to dive down. That's a whole nother thing. But the idea is that you seem more, you have more potential when you have, in this case, you have the attractiveness with doing magic. It ups enough game that maybe a fellow lady will go, you know what? You seem good enough. I'll give you a chance. And then it can develop. Maybe, or however it goes about. Anyways, this is just an idea I want to throw out there. I also wanted to mention before we go that this concept can also be applied. There's the same basic plot and everything, but you can do it with build changes. And I wanted to make another video about it, but I'm pressed for time. So I'm going to throw in the idea here because this whole thing is very important. You can actually do this with a build change. So if you can say, what if I can make them possible? And here's the idea. You have a $100 bill folded, and it wouldn't take much. Like, you already read the book Switch by John Lovick. If you haven't read it and you want to do build changes, turning a piece of paper into a $100 bill or a 1 to a 20 magically for a spectator, definitely check out that book. Though you could play with the concept. You could do a bill. You can fold this guy into a little bit, and you could actually thumb tip or no thumb tip. You can create a handling very easily where you can actually fold it, and then you can see it turn into 100. And some people are like, whoa, that's crazy. And then you can maybe find a way to fold it back and get out this new message, and then you get the same result, but it's like, whoa. So in this case, we got the hopping popping magic with the one coin. You could also do it with bills, like 1s, 20s, whatever. And I want to throw that concept out there for everyone there. But the idea is you throw out a concept to be social, people talk about it, we created a magical moment, people go, what? Where does all this come from? And then we also created a context where we can meet again, or maybe you have a dates coming in, however you want to go about it. Again, 2025, I know it's hard to talk about. I just want to throw these ideas out there for if there is a opportunity for the right people out there, well, this is cool ideas to do. I should probably also throw in that you can actually do a copper silver coin routine, you know, with whether it's a gaff or there's an extra coin, but your copper silver routine where the coins transpose at the end of the routine. So they imagine a copper silver routine and the coins transpose and everyone's like, whoa, so much beauty and so much magic for a simpler routine. At the end, you could take the gaff or whatever coin, the extra coin, leaving the main coin, $50, whichever, right here. Put the coins away, and everyone's blown away. And you say, I want to show you one last thing. And then you can actually get the coin and actually transform it in whatever fashion into the note, or maybe you do a finger palm transfer, show it, retention, whatever you you'll have. After putting away the coins, you'll have the message, and then can easily transform the coin into the note, and then you can have a second ending where after blowing them away, you created one last magical moment, and it's like, whoa! And then you have a moment for attraction if, you know, the opportune moment is right. And again, I have to state this, not liable for this or any context of the video. I just want to show opportunities in which people can potentially engage for educational purposes. I should also mention, due to actual laziness and actually wanting to film the Zero to Hero Magic program sooner, I'm not going to publish some of my ideas. There's some of the potential dating routines ideas, but I actually wanted to give ideas of other potential ways you can be able to be social using magical ideas. And so for those in intermediate, I have the ideas of, I'll actually put in a little document so people can view it and get in the concept of how, you know, through ask a question and potentially create a magical moment, you can amaze people and then create a potential opportune moment to get to know each other. And that's the whole point, just getting to know each other through this in a polite, professional manner. Again, never liable, but just more from an educational standpoint. And so I will give these ideas in the links. I'll just put in a link below just because I want to do that, but I will include some other ideas as well along this little mini series. So I'm excited about that. Anyways, wishing everyone a wonderful day.